Hello everyone! I'm in a singing mood, which you can tell that I'm in a good mood because the sun is out. You can't see it, but anyways, the sun is out and it's warm-ish, and I'm just having a really nice day. So I thought I'd do a video for you. And the video's topic is actually not that happy, but you know, I've been thinking that I should do these kind of controversial videos on days I'm happy, so at least I just don't ram it down your throat and I'm just like chilled out about it as much as possible. As much as possible, I say. Okay, so the topic is, as you can imagine, something related to feminism. But the topic particularly is how I have a little bit of a hard time understanding why. I don't know if it's just an Indian parent thing, so I'm just going to say it as an Indian parent thing because I don't know. I don't know any other parents. I only know Indian parents from India, because I'm from India originally. It's kind of funny, this individual started saying that I'm originally from Isan, which is in Burma somewhere, or Myanmar. And I'm like, dude, I say this all the time. I'm from India. Are you not listening? But anyways, this is a side note. So anyways, there's this thing Indian parents do, and I don't know if all parents do this from all backgrounds or cultures. I'm pretty sure they don't. So correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. But there's this thing that they do, that they have this idea, especially for, not only for girls, for their daughters, but I think for their sons as well, that, you know, they have this thing, because Indian parents or Indian cultures in general have this system or arrangement of dowry. Now, if you don't know what dowry systems are, then I'll kind of just give you a brief synopsis. You can read up on it. It's DOWRY if you're Googling it. And so basically what the idea is that in the Indian culture, because the girls are considered to be a sort of burden and a sort of like, oh my God, I got a girl, damn it, right? And so in order to give the girl away to the in-laws family, because they're like giving the burden away, the family of the daughter, the family of the wife, the family of the girl who's getting married has to pay a certain amount of money or stuff to the person who she's getting married, to the family she's getting married into, right? To the son's family or to the husband's family. And it's kind of getting a little ridiculous because the dowry system is getting so exorbitant. It's like literally looting, like daytime looting, where people are having to pay millions of rupees, millions and millions, even if they can't afford it, just to get rid of the girls in their family. And my family, we have 2 girls. Neither of them are married, which is good for my parents actually. But my mom's family had 5 girls and 5 boys. And oh man, my grandparents, like my mom's parents, they were just eager to get those girls out of there. Like they were like, oh my God, we have to get them married right away. And they got married. They got one of them married at 16. As soon as she was done school, I think she was not even done school. She was still in school. They're like, let's get her married. And they got rid of her. And then my mom got married at 17. And I think one of her sisters got married at 15. They just wanted to get them out of there. Just get them married, get them out of the family so they're not a burden on us anymore. And because they were poor, they didn't have a lot of dowry to give, right? Brief synopsis done. Anyways, so this is a dowry system that's very prevalent in India, and nowadays people will be like, no, we don't actually give dowries anymore. Yeah, maybe some people don't, but a lot of people still do. A lot of families still exchange dowries. And so in general, in Indian cultures or in Indian families, there is this thing, this idea in their head, oh, if I have a girl, then I need to save up money for her dowry, right? Because I don't know how much money I'll end up having to give to the son or to the husband's family, right? And so sometimes it's very, very expensive to have a girl. I get it, yeah, very expensive. And so what happens is that the parents are usually like in this mindset that, okay, so I have to save up this amount of money for my daughter's wedding because I have a daughter and this is how much it's going to take. Maybe this is how much I should save up, right? And so Indian parents have this thing that they always have this money saved up for the daughter's wedding. But what if the daughter doesn't get married? Or what if the daughter doesn't want to get married? What if she wants to start a business? That money cannot be allocated to anything else besides her marriage. If she's not getting married, that money just goes to the son, goes to whoever the estate is going to, which is usually the son. And this kind of really irritates me, irks me, because can you imagine? Just imagine a scenario where all of these Indian women, they were not being forced to get married because they didn't have to, because their parents had this money, money saved up for them. And what they did with that money was, instead of putting them into the coffers of the husband's family, they gave them to the daughter to be like, all right, you have this business idea. I think it's a great idea. I think you're brilliant. You're smart. You're You're obviously my daughter, you can do it. Here's money for you to go work on your idea. Here's money that you can go put into your business. Here's money that you can go put into your dreams. Here's money you can put into that invention that you're thinking about. Here's money that you can put into that school that you're thinking about opening up. That school for the blind or school for whatever. Here's money I'm giving to you that if you want to get married with it, yeah, we can get you married. But if you don't, then here's money that I've saved up for you so that you can do what you want with it, with your life, with your dreams. You can put it into something that is really important to you. Can you imagine, if you just kind of imagine that scenario, if India kind of turned into a place where this actually happened, it would completely turn around. Like the globalization or like the prosperity that we have achieved till now because of all of the tech stuff that's happening in India, it would be trebled, it would be quadrupled, it would be quintupled. Like it would be just like 10, 15, 30 times over if the women in India were just given the chance to be like, yeah, you don't want to get married? Okay, cool, here. What do you want to do? Do you want to start a business? Here, there's some money for you to try it out with. Do you want to do this? Okay, here's some money for you to do it with, right? Instead of being like, well, yeah, but you have to get married. You can do all that stuff after you get married, but not too soon after. Like, after you get married, you have to have kids. But after you have kids, then you can do whatever you want, right? But then, yeah, maybe you'll be too busy to do anything else. Maybe after all the kids have left the house, then you can do what you want with your life. It's BS, complete BS, because it's not how life really works or should work. And so it's obviously an idealized world. And I imagine this world many times in my life as well, where if my parents had been like, well, you have this dream of yours and, we want to support you. Here, like, we'll support you with this, whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be monetary either. We'll just support you with this, whatever, with our heart, with our support system, with whatever it is. But that's not how it happens. It's usually like, well, maybe you should go back to med school. Or maybe you should think about getting married. Or maybe you should, find a real job. And like, what? It's okay because that gives me the idea or the strength to support myself. But I am a different person from all of those women in India. Well, not that different, but there's lots of women in India who can't necessarily be independent, right? Unless their parents support them in that goal. So they're stuck. They're stuck either being dependent on their parents or dependent on their husband or dependent on some other person in their life because they just can't get out of that cycle. They just can't extricate themselves from the constant vicious cycle that they're in of either they're going to be taking care of their family, or are they taking care of their parents, or they're taking care of their in-laws, or they're taking care of their children. They're taking care of everyone else's needs, desires, and hopes rather than themselves. And yeah, as I said, it's a very idealized world that I'm living in, but I want to speak about it in any case because, I don't know, as I said, this might just be an Indian thing. I don't know if dowry systems exist in the rest of the world. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me. But, I do wish that we lived in a world. I mean, of course, I am proud to be an Indian in many different ways. Not many ways, okay, I should say I'm proud to be an Indian in some ways. But this is something that really does irk me. It's like, why can't you support the dreams and hopes, desires of your daughters as much as you support the hopes, dreams, desires of your sons? Because I've noticed many times in families in India where the son will come up with this ridiculous idea to start a business and the family will be like, yeah, let's put all of our money into it. And they do. The business goes kaput and they lose all their money. And they're like, well, he's a son. He's allowed to do what he wants. Like he had a good idea. It's the world that's at fault. It's the rest of the world. He's smart. And I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm sure your son's very smart and the rest of the world is out to get him. No, I don't think so. But maybe I'm being a little skeptical. Maybe I've just seen too many of these random stories where constantly and consistently the daughters are not being supported in their dreams and the sons are being over-supported so that they're completely inept and incapable of doing anything with their lives. And so maybe I'm a little bit skeptical and a little bit cynical about this, but I really do wish that we hopefully are moving towards a world where the daughters are going to be supported as much as the sons are, especially in India, or especially in cultures like that where this kind of stuff happens. So as I said, I'd love it if you shared your stories. Like, I don't know how it is in your culture, whatever your culture is. Do they have a system where the parents kind of pay for the daughters and the sons' weddings? And do they have a culture of dowry? Do they have a culture of support system for the daughters as much as the sons? Tell me all about it. I'd love to hear from you. Again, thank you so much for listening to all of my random rabbit hole theories and idealization theories and all that stuff that I come up with. I'm really grateful to you for your support, and I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.